just like that, the Tesla warranty has now expired, and I am completely on my own. It's official. After a little under 2.5 years, my Tesla Model 3 has finally turned over 50,000 miles and is no longer under the limited warranty. However, I still have coverage of the battery and drivetrain up to 120,000 miles or 5.5 more years, whichever comes first. But based on my driving habits, I'm guessing I'll hit 120,000 miles first. So, after 50,000 miles, how is the car holding up? The battery is one of the hottest topics when it comes to any electric car, and the Tesla Model 3 is no exception. As with any battery, there is going to be a certain level of degradation. Now, it gets a little tricky for me and many other 2018 Tesla Model 3 owners, because after a software update, the rated range went from 310 miles to 325. Now, I did actually see my range jump up to 325 miles upon fully charging it up after I upgraded the software, but it seems shortly after that the extra 15 miles had disappeared and was closer to 310, give or take. So the question is, do I base my degradation off of the original 310 rated range or 325? Well, for argument's sake, I'll give you the math on both and let you be the judge. Now, based on the app, the rated range of my car is 305 miles with a starting range of 310 miles. That's about a 1.6% degradation. However, based off the upgrade to 325, that would be closer to a drop of a little over 6%. Any way you look at it, there's nothing alarming about either of these figures. As far as my charging habits are concerned, I kept the car plugged in every night and only charged it to 70% on a regular basis, with the exception of road trips. Bottom line, not long after I purchased the car, I received an unexpected 15-mile range increase that didn't hold for very long. As far as I'm concerned, I purchased the car with a rated range of 310 miles, and after 2.5 years of ownership, I've only lost 5 miles of range from the day I pulled out of the lot. Not bad. Not bad at all. I've covered the topic of maintenance twice on this channel. The second time was the updated and current maintenance schedule. So based on that schedule, here's what I've done so far. I changed out the air filter for a total cost of $35 for the air filters. Now, I've also had the tires rotated every 7,500 to 10,000 miles free of charge at a local tire shop. After 50,000 miles, the total cost of maintenance, $35 for the air filters. Now, after about 37,000 miles, I did need 4 new tires, which came in at a little more than $1,000. So you could argue that the total cost of maintenance, a little less than $1,100. I've had a few trips to the service center, and my first one was within the first 6 months of ownership and had nothing to do with mechanics, but rather the exterior of the car. Now, actually, when I first got the car, I had an issue with bubbles in the paint, and some of them were beginning to chip off. So I decided to have Tesla fix the problem. Now, they gave me a Tesla Model S 75D loaner, and a week later, I had a new paint job on the front of my car. In the end, they did a great job and it looked beautiful. Mission accomplished. The second time, they came out to me via mobile service to remove and replace the A-pillars behind the side view mirrors. They were actually coming off a little, and the mobile service technician was able to take care of it for me in less than an hour. The third and last time was to have the new FSD computer installed. Now, they also replaced the charge port insulator pins for me free of charge while they were at it. And the cool part is, they gave me a Model X loaner for the day. Well, that's it. No other major issues over the last 50,000 plus miles. After 2.5 years, there is going to be some wear and tear on the car. Now, starting on the inside, the seats still look great as far as I'm concerned. Now, one could argue there are a few more wrinkles on the driver's side seat, but nothing really all that noticeable at this point. As far as I'm concerned, the steering wheel isn't showing any major signs of wear either. Including the rubber scroll wheels. Now, however, the underside of the glove box has taken a beating, and if I had to do it all over again, I would install a PPF cover like the one from TesBros to help keep it looking like new. Now, the back of the front seats have also taken a beating from my son and his friends. Other than that, I think the interior of the car still looks like new and is held up quite well in my opinion. Now on to the exterior. At first glance, I think the exterior of the car looks amazing. However, upon closer look, there is some normal wear and tear on the exterior as to be expected. Now, since I don't have any kind of protective coating on the car, the front has a lot of paint chips from road debris like small rocks and pebbles. Now, I did try using touch-up paint, but it really doesn't help that much in my opinion. Now, be sure to check out my full review of a comparison between the Tesla brand and Dr. Color Chip. Now, there's also some serious road rash near the rear wheel on both sides. This is actually a common problem with all Tesla Model 3s, and there are third-party vendors that sell PPF cutouts to help protect that part of the car. This is something I highly recommend you install once you get your Model 3 to prevent that from happening. There is also your typical scratch or two on the upper rear bumper near the trunk opening. Since we use this car a lot for road trips and also use it to transport my son's bike from time to time, no matter how careful you are, you will eventually create a few nicks and scratches. Once again, you can protect this part of the car with another third-party PPF cutout. Oh yeah, and let's not forget about curb rash on the wheels. One of the things that I have not taken for granted is just how sophisticated the technology is behind the Tesla Model 3, and really all Teslas in general. And just like your phone, the car gets regular updates on average every 1 to 2 months. Many are minor improvements and bug fixes, and every once in a while we get a pretty big update. Now, when you compare the features I had when I first picked up the car to what I have now, there are a lot of improvements and new features, like dash cam, Sentry mode, camp mode, new voice commands, video games, Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, karaoke, just to name a few. The list could go on and on. And the beauty of it is, new things will be added to that list in the months and years to come. You can truly say, unlike most cars, Teslas really do get better with time, all thanks to the hardworking engineers and software developers at Tesla. Once my car reached 50,000 miles, the peace of mind that my car was covered was now gone. And to be honest, I'm not the least bit worried. If you do a quick Google search, you'll find plenty of mechanical problems people have had with their Tesla Model 3. For me personally, outside of the soft closing door issues I had, which is in no way Tesla's fault, I haven't had any major mechanical issues with my car. Sure, there are a few minor things, like one time the car wouldn't go into drive or reverse, but a quick reboot took care of that, and it never happened again. The charge cable got stuck, but I was able to get it out with the manual release tab. And once again, it never happened again. And there may be a few other minor things here and there that I might be forgetting about, but obviously not big enough of an issue for me to even remember. This car has worked beautifully for me after 2.5 years of ownership. I still can't believe I have a Tesla sitting in my garage, and I'm just as happy with my car today as I was the day I drove off the lot. In fact, I may even be happier with it. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and stay positively charged.